means that the universe will constantly replenish us. It will feed us in our time of need. It's that moment when you feel that, oh, I have nothing left. I have nothing left to give. That's when you have to dig deep within yourself and encourage yourself and motivate yourself to find that courage and that discipline and align yourself with your internal, with that fire that's inside of you. Because it's earth, air, fire, water. It's what makes up each and every one of us. We have every aspect of earth, air, fire, water in us. It's the earth that grounds us. It's that grounding when you put your feet on the bare ground that brings you closer to the universe. It brings you closer to the Most High. It's the water that replenishes your soul. It's the fire that's the flame that's inside of you that motivates you to get up and take another step. It's the air, the oxygen that we breathe, the energy that we take into our vessel. It's imperative that we remind ourselves that we matter, that we are everything, even when you feel that you are not, that we are connected, that we are abundant. And abundance isn't solely financial gains or liquid assets. In fact, abundance is energy. It's the currency, right? It's that water, that flow of that that overflow from that well that never stops running. It's the currency that's in your soul. It replenishes your soul. That's what makes you abundant. And it's in that abundance when you acknowledge that your soul is so abundant, you will realize that that wealth is you. You are wealth. Now, understanding Earth's principles, because they are earthly, worldly principles of generating material gains and building generational wealth. It's that wealth that's in your soul that will align and grow. When you step into a room, they're going to see that light that's inside of you. In fact, your presence will begin to heal those around you, and not intentionally. See, when this type of healing starts happening, you don't intentionally set out and say, okay, I'm going to heal this person or that person. That's not how it happens. What happens is that it's contagious. It's the contagion theory. It's as if someone yawns around you or laugh around you. It becomes contagious. Sometimes when you're in the midst of a battle, you feel that it's only you that's going through this battle. But I can assure you that when you are going through, there's someone else that's going through. And I hate to get to the point where it says that it's someone else who is going through something worse than what you're going through. I believe that as humanity, we need to get to a point where we stop comparing our pain to someone else's, because it's really not a comparison. We're not intended to compare our struggle to someone else's, because your pain and someone else's pain, they're not the same. And the way that you grieve and you heal, your process and their process is not the same. See, everyone shows pain differently, and some people don't show pain and they harbor it. But I often wonder what happens when you harbor that pain in your soul. Does it strengthen you? Does it make you a warrior? A spiritual warrior? I honestly feel that it does make us spiritual warriors. And I'm not saying that we are supposed to harbor this pain in our soul. Absolutely not. It's the beauty is when you can feel comfortable in your vulnerability. And even if that is in your communion with the Most High, even if that is with your best friend, even if that's in journaling, even if that's in communication with your therapist, with a family member, with your spouse, it becomes so difficult to communicate and find someone who, one, you're attracted to, and two, that feed your soul. Many of us, we've become accustomed to settling. When we settle, we begin existing in these connections. Meanwhile, you're becoming further and further disconnected from the person that you're sleeping next to. It's so difficult for a lot of people to admit that the ones that they are with, they don't even know, or they don't feel comfortable opening up and truly showing their soul to their significant other, because they feel that their spouse don't quite understand them, or they will judge them. Paul said that it's easier to be single. And if you are able to contain your sexual desires, you should remain single. But if you're not able to control your sexual desires, you should have a husband or you should have a wife. It's those sexual desires that will entangle you with a series of invisible ties that bind you to multiple different people. The hardest part when you wake up and you have to clear those strings. But I don't feel that we were created to be alone. We are supposed to have someone with us that we can confide in, that we can commune with, that that's going to support you whether you're wrong or right. It's that person that you can cry on their shoulders. It's the one that knows how you feel before you even say a word. It's that individual who is comfortable in your silence. It's that individual who is comfortable simply listening to your dialect, to understand your vision, not to rebuttal. It's that individual that will allow you to lead while also leading you. Life is so complicated because we are accustomed to conform to these stigmas and these trends of how you should conduct yourself in a relationship or in a partnership. I feel that it's the conformity that is detached and disconnecting our ability to naturally connect to someone. It's okay to be alone, because it's in that isolation, you have the ability to hear your soul, the whispers, as the soul will whisper to us. You may feel that your prayers aren't being answered, but it's those whispers in the middle of the day, or, it's that soft nudge that you feel, or when your heart flusters. It's the reassurance that your soul will grant you when you feel that you aren't able to feel, when you feel that your heart may be so disconnected from love because you really don't know what love is. That although we have an ego, it's imperative that we allow our humility to be the driving force and not the ego, because it's our humility that will allow us to examine every area of our life. It will remind you to be still when you want to walk away.